I'm gonna keep going with these videos. What I keep covering is obviously the trajectories and the meteorite, self-portraits, hand tools, and also spacecraft. And keep in mind that these are all, I want to say basically all inclusive. They all include that shit. This next part of these next videos I'm gonna do is gonna be covering the obviously the spacecraft. Basically, obviously, okay, cool, you understood. But these ones I consider what I noticed to be carved by what I would consider to be dragons. And I'll keep going, keep it smooth for you. That way you get the idea of what's going on. Every one of these is a hand tool, spacecraft, and obviously has a trajectory on it as well. Now what I'll do, obviously all kinds of bullshit. Understand that the government has a machine that can listen to you think. You probably have read about it on the internet, but they got busted, and I caught them doing it to me. And I was the one who sent some letters to the FBI and to some news agencies in New York and got them busted. But they know I have these in my hand, and they aren't too happy about it because basically they're greedy little fuckers and they wish they can. Okay, cool, don't worry about that shit. And that's the truth, man. That's a fucking truth. Yeah, okay, cool, don't worry about it. That's a fucking, yeah, it's a big fucking deal. But they're trying to scramble me, but I'll go ahead and keep going. And you get the idea as far as what the government is trying to do and what the government's been doing. Fucking listening to people think. Think about how fucked up that is. They listen to people think using a machine, and if they don't like what you think, they'll sit there and fucking scramble your memory and all kinds of bullshit. That shit ain't fucking cool. But yeah, it's fucking big. But I've been dealing with that shit myself, mainly because they're aware that I have these spacecrafts in my hand, and they're not too happy about it because they can't control that. No, but I don't give a fuck. They actually, yeah, okay, cool, and I'll keep, okay, cool, you got it. I'm gonna keep, yeah, cool, don't worry about it. But I'll keep rolling. This next one, all right, cool, hold on, I got you. I got you, don't worry about it. It's easy shit. Don't worry about it, it's cold. Yeah, okay, cool, don't worry about it. Okay, cool, don't worry about it. It's easy shit. This one right here is what I consider to be a dragon, self-portrait, and spacecraft. As you can see, the eyes right there. This is the nose, and this is the mouth. And obviously, this one has an elongated skull. And this motherfucker right here, obviously, you can see this line right here is the trajector. This motherfucker is bad fucking ass, man. If you looked at this line, it's actually built into the meteorite. So this meteorite is actually I say machine built. They machine built these things. And this was what I consider to be outstanding because of the quality of the trajectory. It's absolutely thin, but it actually works its way all the way around in its layer. I think what they do is when they manufacture these, they build them in layers. They build a solid block. They layer down the earth itself. And then this one right here, I'll show you, is actually the trajectory itself is built into the meteorite, and it's actually green. The meteorite itself is black, but the trajectory is green. So they'll layer a bunch of black earth, and they'll layer in a green layer, and then they'll layer in some more black earth, and then they compact the fuck out of it and make a meteorite. And this is obviously what I think to be dragons. Now I'll go ahead and jump straight to it, and I'll show you the meteorite itself. Now you can see it right here. Okay, cool. The eye is right here. Let's see if you can see it with obviously with this camera. And probably not, but obviously, okay, cool. You can see the eye right there, and then obviously this is the mouth. But you can see that it has an elongated skull, and it goes all the way around. This is what I consider to be a dragon. Kind of get the idea. But this is obviously the neck area right here, and this is the back of the head. And obviously this is the top of the skull, and this is the face up here. And you can see that shit looks a little different, mainly because of the camera. But if you look at the trajectory, it does look a little bit different, but don't worry about it. Obviously, I went into detail with it. But these things are amazingly detailed. You can see the trajectory itself. There we go. That's the angle right there. You can see it. Yeah, there we go, like that. And you can see that this is obviously the elongated skull. And you can see the trajectory. The meteorite itself is black all the way around, but the trajectory is green. And you can see that cuts down through there perfectly. You can see how straight that is. This is machine made. I really doubt any human can make that. And if you notice, it cuts out all the way right here. You can see how it's layered. You can see the perfection of it, how straight it is. And if I rotate it, you can see the green layer right there. So this is layered down, and then they drop a green layer, and then they keep stacking the black earth on top, and they just compact the shit out of it. And once it's fully compacted and ready, they'll sit there and carve into it. And you can see the grooves. Basically, the cuts themselves I consider to be outstanding. In order to be able to cut something like this, you can see how perfective it is. It is perfective. Every cut is perfective. The material itself, God knows what it is. I wouldn't mind having an expert check these out so they can try and see what the material is. But you can see the sharpness of the cut. You can see how sharp it is up here, perfectively straight, and they have a green layer on top as well. You can see that, just like this layer right here, like this one right here is green. This layer up here is green as well, and you can see how perfective it is. God knows who the fuck made this. Here, look, you can see that the trajectory goes all the way around. Yeah, you good. It goes all the way around like that. And if you notice, it stays perfectly flat the entire way. It does. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can, no, obviously I show it for you like that. You can see that obviously the shade itself won't let you see it, but the trajectory itself is perfectively flat, and it works like that. Every one of these that I'm gonna show you are dragon cuts, but what I consider to be dragon art, dragon self-portrait, dragon spacecraft, and also what I consider to be hand tools as well. Every one of these fits your hand perfectively. Obviously the grooves, all of them fit your hand perfectly, so you can use it as a hand tool. You can see that basically fits your hand perfect. It has a groove right there, has a groove for my finger there, and it fits, even has a groove for my finger down there, and it fits my hand perfectly, so that any ancient, this is ancient. This stone, this meteorite itself is ancient. I think they designed it for any ancient human that might have found it by accident to come along and use it as a hand tool. And notice this is a different angle for the hand tool. But I'll keep this rolling. And hold on, relevant, not. But I'll keep, actually I'm sure you saw it. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll just keep rotating this motherfucker. Alright, cool, you good. Few more seconds and we're good. Boom.